From the production studios of Magnetic Media in Providenciales, Turks and Caicos, and Nassau in the Bahamas, it's Turquoise Morning. Here's your host, DeAndre Hamilton.
Hello there and welcome to another beautiful Turquoise Morning. I'm your host, DeAndre Hamilton, and this is the show where we celebrate the people, the places, and the plans of the Caribbean region. We're in Freeport, Grand Bahama, the island where I grew up, and I'm telling you, there's so many hugs and kisses and smiles and wonderful feelings. I tell you, it's just great to be here on island. We're at the Grand Bahama Port Authority headquarters in downtown Freeport, and I tell you what, a little later on, we speak to the president of the GBPA, Mr. Ian Roll, who talks to us about what's coming for the island, and I was really thrilled at the plans laid out by the president of the port. Right now, though, we go to some track and field. There's primary schoolers on the island. We're doing their thing. Yeah, it took me way back, and I'm talking way back. So between St. Vincent de Paul, Walter Parker Primary School, Sunland at the time, Lutheran, now Baptist, and the Freeport High Anglican High School back then, now the Bishop Michael Eldon School today. I remember when I could, do something on the track. That was way back in the day. Right now, though, we have your tourism news on Tourism Now. Port Lucaya Marketplace continues to be the best place to spend your weekend evenings. With a world-class native show, entertainment director Karen Bain explains that the spot in Freeport, Grand Bahama is not only great by day, but alive with Bahamian culture at night.
Port Lucaya is an eclectic mix of, like you said, shopping, dining, and entertainment. It's where the locals come to hang out. When they had a hard week of work, they can come and let their hair down.
Jamaican forestry laws are to be revamped. Minister of Water, Land, Environment, and Climate Change, the Honorable Robert Pickersgill, said the new forestry policy will improve transparency and accountability in the management and use of Jamaica's forest resources. Honorable Pickersgill explained that the amendments will broaden the jurisdiction of the Forestry Department and will allow it to protect and conserve specific trees, different types of forests, and mangroves, even on private islands. The forestry laws of Jamaica were established 18 years ago in 1996. And the government of Trinidad and Tobago has announced that not only will it cover the recent medical expenses for its famed Calypsonian sparrow, who had spent weeks in a coma in a New York hospital, but Slinger Francisco, better known as Sparrow, will be honored with the Order of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. That's the nation's highest award. The announcement was made by Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar at the Kiddies Carnival in South Trinidad. The Prime Minister explained that Sparrow's words have inspired, reflected, caused serious introspection, and at times have just provided sheer lyrical music delight. Artists all over the country have come out praising the move. Prime Minister Persad-Bissessar said the award was a fitting tribute for the contribution Sparrow has made to Trinidad and Tobago and to the world. That's your tourism news in Tourism Now. When you walk The Grand Bahama Port Authority is moving its marketing to becoming more assertive and making strides to support their strong claims with dynamic changes within its pink walls. More streamlined systems to quickly approve and license business interests. A firm view that tourism and industry can coexist, and beautifully so. A more localized approach to working with businesses to help them succeed and to stay in operation. Incentives and programs to cultivate a culture of innovation, and a relatively fresh face at its helm in the person of Ian Roll. The company is these days asking, if growing wealth requires opportunity and good planning, why not explore the most well-planned opportunity in the Bahamas? That well-planned opportunity, says the Grand Bahama Port Authority, is Freeport. Nothing like it in the Bahamas, they told us. Nothing like it in the world, it was explained, as the uniquenesses of this island, which is home to around 52,000 people, is marvelously mapped out and perfectly positioned. Struggling and determined to overcome the economic fallout of hurricanes which hit over a decade ago, Freeporters continue to believe in their place in paradise, and the consensus is that 2014 feels ripe and right, and yes, everyone on Grand Bahama is ready. Resort accommodation for Turquoise Morning provided by Taino Beach Resort and Clubs. Taino Beach, always within reach. Ground transportation for Turquoise Morning provided by M&K Car Rental. Reliable cars, great rates, Grand Bahama Airport. Air travel for Turquoise Morning provided courtesy of Western Air, where there is never a charge for changing reservations. Never. Turquoise Morning is brought to you courtesy of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, promoting, encouraging, and establishing Freeport Grand Bahama. Turquoise Morning goes to Freeport. Join us for Freeport Week, March 3rd through 7th on Turquoise Morning. Freeport, Grand Bahama. Beautiful.
Next time on Turquoise Morning.
So we're here at Junkanoo Beach, which is located on Taino Beach.
Next time on Turquoise Morning.
Henry the Conch, Boogaloo's Conch Crawl, The Wine Cellar, Power 92, Kiss FM 102.5, and Point Grace Resort teaming up to bring you a sizzling opening night for the all-new Fire Hot Fridays coming February 28th. Special Fire Hot menu, including a Bacardi Fire Hot twist on the Flamin' Bob Marley, plus Fire Hot entertainment, including Fire Dancer, live band music, DJ music, lots of prizes too, the TCI's James Brown, and a Junior Junkanoo Rush Out. Fire Hot Fridays with Henry the Conch at Boogaloo's Conch Crawl starts February 28th. You are watching Turquoise Morning, where we celebrate the people, places, and plans of the Caribbean region. I'm your host, DeAndre Hamilton. We are in Freeport, Grand Bahama. Yeah, Western Air got us here. M&K Car Rental is making sure that we get around. And of course, the Grand Bahama Port Authority, we are so thrilled, is a new sponsor of the show. A little later on, we speak to the president of the GBPA, Mr. Ian Roll. Right now, though, we go into a delicious opportunity for you. If you like cooking, maybe you want to take the culinary tour over there at Junkanoo Beach, which is located on Taino Beach. We spoke to Mark. Sounds yummy.
All right, well, this is our eastern deck of the Junkanoo Beach Club, and this is where we offer our culinary tour. Now, the culinary tour, we have a conch experience where we teach our guests the history and the preparation of conch. Like Forrest Gump said with the shrimp, there's a million ways to cook it. Well, here they cook their own food and they get the experience. They cook the peas and rice. They make the conch fritters. They make cracked conch, potato salad, and coleslaw. And then we have a local conch vendor on the beach who does the demonstration on how to remove the conch from the shell and how to make the conch salad, and they'll sample that. And we also give them a recipe so they could go home and they could try it on their own, and they could even substitute the conch for probably clam or anything else that they want to try it with.
Wow, and what's the reaction to this?
Man, everybody loves it. Right now, we wouldn't mind if we could get there's a little pitch to try to get the cooking network out here, maybe to get Guy to come out and try our conch experience, our culinary tour.
So who leads this for you?
Right now, it's done by Tina Knowles. She's the instructor for today. We have different instructors who comes in. We also have Yolanda Joseph. There are two chefs, and they have assistants.
Who's the guy on the beach with the fresh conch? You know you got to call his name. You'll be in plenty trouble.
Purple, big up the platinum. Purple Platinum. Purple is late right now. I wish this was live so he would have been watching and telling me 30 minutes late. He got people waiting, their mouth watering. I already big him up, and he ain't reached yet. So Purple, when you see this, you'll tighten up.
I don't know, but one of those comforter bottles look a little bit too soupy to me, so maybe they need to take that particular person back to the beginning of the culinary tour. But it is a great idea, and I'm sure that he, all of them will never, ever forget it. Right now, we go into something else you all love. It's an opportunity to laugh. Yes, laugh out loud as we bring you our Caribbean viral video. Remember, if you've got one, send it to me at info@magneticmediatv.com.
The first type of woman you have to avoid is the mistake. She just be taking your money when you're in need. Trifling, expecting the man them to pay for everything. I'm talking about,
oh my goodness, I spilled a piece of mustard on my shirt. Hobby, can you buy me a new outfit with some shoes and a new wig, a pedicure, and a pack of Skittle? Please?
ATM with 2M always take men money. And then we have Mr. You know the type of lady that, you know, they could be nice, but yo, they bench press more than you. When they give you a little love tap on the shoulder, it feel like a love. No sir, she will dominate you. Run. And the girls that all them can say is, hey miss, how you doing? When you see that, just keep it moving, keep walking, and don't stop. Mismatch. Anyhow she leave the house looking like so, just take up yourself and go. We have Miss Phony calling you up talking about, oh no, we never spend enough quality time together. And as soon as the guys link up, honey, you watching the movie?
Yeah, I'm watching the thing. Hello? Yes, girlfriend. Yeah, you know, I'm just here chilling with Lyra, you know, watching a movie. I don't even know what the name of it is, but it look interesting. Yeah. So what are you up to?
So blinking addicted to the BlackBerry. It is dirty, but not as bad as girls addicted to black magic.
He didn't say anything about my new hairdo.
Crazy. When you see that coming, Miss You. You know those ladies that always just about you? Overly attached, overly clingy, aka saran wrap, just a cling to you so close. So they come in like two variations. One that are already in a relationship with you, and those that act like if they're in a relationship with you. It's like you're talking about having kids when all I said to you was, so I'm not looking for any surprises anytime soon. Red light.
It's all about unlimited talk, cause that's the way I love to talk. It's all about unlimited text. Now who should I text next? Best value every time. Unlimited with Line.
It's unlimited talk and text to any line, mobile or landline for just $5 a week.
Unlimited talk and text. Line's unbeatable value. It's TCI's best value offer, and it's all about you.
Dial *140*1 number sign to start talking and texting unlimited for just $5 a week today. Line, value every moment.
It's all about you.
Building Materials Limited is your one-stop shop for all your home furnishing needs. From mattresses, bedding, pillows, chairs, tables, lamps, sectionals. And right now, you can take time to pay with our 60-day store layaway plan. Get the best quality and the best selections without spending it all. Only at Building Materials Limited, home of Do-It Best quality paints.
It was a very interesting time talking to Mr. Ian Roll, the president of the Grand Bahama Port Authority. The Grand Bahama Port Authority, a new sponsor of Turquoise Morning. And of course, we had to come and hear, what is Freeport? What is the vision for Freeport? What's on the horizon for Freeport, which is the main city, the hub for Grand Bahama Island, which is in the Bahama Islands, a chain of islands. So we were excited about the things he had to say. But you know what? You check it out for yourself.
Well, first of all, I want to make sure the audience knows what is Freeport. Freeport is a 230 square mile city, and it was given birth to this agreement called the Hawksbill Creek Agreement, dating back to 1955. And basically, the government of the Bahamas at that time said to this private group, let's call that group the Grand Bahama Port Authority, if you build a deep water harbor, build a hospital, schools, housing, cause economic activity to happen in this 230 square mile area, we will then pass on some very unique powers to you for 99 years. The government further said to the Port Authority, we'll give you special concessions, and these concessions relate to the payment of customs duties. The Port Authority does not have to pay customs duties on business related items. The government also then said that you can pass these same concessions on to anyone you license in this 230 square mile area that we call Freeport. So, for instance, if you buy a vehicle and import that vehicle anywhere else outside of Freeport in the entire Bahamas, you pay on average 85% duty. You bring that vehicle in for your business purpose and you pay 0%, okay? So Grand Bahama offers a number of very special concessions that does not exist anywhere else in the world. And also our location, it's key in regards to a number of things that we're doing right now. We're about 60 miles offshore from the US mainland, a 30-minute flight from Fort Lauderdale or Miami to Grand Bahama. We're working on additional airlift at the moment. I think about maybe 18 new direct flights coming into this island over the next few months, and that is going to cause tremendous activity for this island. So the second home ownership can take off. There are 1 or 2 hotels that we need to reopen, and before a number of the entities that brand these hotels, they're concerned with most Caribbean islands are that we don't have enough airlift coming into the islands. So now, airlift is not an excuse anymore for this island. And I see this place just taking off as a result of the unique infrastructure that we have.
I'm DeAndre Hamilton, here to let you know that you should be watching Tropic TV on channel 689. Get the latest news out of Haiti. What's happening in the Turks and Caicos? Big stories out of Jamaica. And Turquoise Morning, hosted by me, featuring the Turks and Caicos Islands. Tropic TV, over on channel 689, Cable Bahamas. You should be. Turquoise Morning, that's what you're watching. This is where we celebrate the people, the places, and the plans of the Caribbean. Remember, if you want to catch this show, it's online anytime, and you can go on over to Magnetic Media TV. We have a YouTube channel. You can subscribe. I encourage you to subscribe, and every time we post something new, you get it automatically. We're in Freeport, Grand Bahama, courtesy with air travel by Western Air and ground transportation by M&K Car Rental. And tomorrow on the show, we're going to be in Port Lucaya Marketplace, which is another beautiful site here in Freeport, Grand Bahama. Right now, we've got you Travel Smart. It's your ultimate Caribbean travel guide. Getting to Freeport can be an adventure by boat or a swift plane ride. There are cruises doing trips around the region which dock, and day trippers get to dash away from Florida for a few hours to see this northern island in the Bahamas. Flying in is also easy. There are 3 scheduled airlines from Nassau. We took Western Air in an early morning commute, which made doing business convenient. The ride, well, sweet. Longer journeys for bigger cargo and less expense. There is the mailboat, brilliant in color and important in linking Grand Bahama to the country's capital. And there is airlift from the north, the United States and Canada, and now introducing Sunwing Airlines out of Edmonton. Travel smart to Freeport. Brought to you courtesy of GuideToTurksandCaicos.com. Where to go when you want to know.
Next time on Turquoise Morning.
So we're here at Junkanoo Beach, which is located on Taino Beach.
Next time on Turquoise Morning.
Resort accommodation for Turquoise Morning provided by Taino Beach Resort and Club. Taino Beach, always within reach. It's for convenient shopping. It's for great prices and variety. It's for a bakery with bread made fresh daily with sweets and cakes, beverages including wines, and car rentals and sales. It's IBO Cash and Carry, Leeward Highway, Beaches Roundabout and Shore Club. Open 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week. Ground transportation for Turquoise Morning provided by M&K Car Rental. Reliable cars, great rates, Grand Bahama Airport.
Building Materials Limited is your one-stop shop for all your home furnishing needs. From mattresses, bedding, pillows, chairs, tables, lamps, sectionals. And right now, you can take time to pay with our 60-day store layaway plan. Get the best quality and the best selections without spending it all. Only at Building Materials Limited, home of do-it-best quality paints.
Air travel for Turquoise Morning provided courtesy of Western Air, where there is never a charge for changing reservations. Never.
Magnetic Media, the power of attraction. We pride ourselves on a strategic, full-service, creative development and production lineup that gets real results. For us, taking the time to understand your business and its goals is essential to creating a program that really works. The real key is combining our production skills with our ability to do business and find you an audience. If you care that your public image looks as good as your bottom line, then let Magnetic Media take you to the world. Visit us online and become the attraction.
East Mall Drive and Pioneers Way, that's where you will find the headquarters for the Grand Bahama Port Authority. You saw earlier what Mr. Ian Roll, the president of the port, had to say about some of what's coming for Grand Bahama. Well, here's more.
Well, I think we, the Port Authority, we can do more. You always can do more to improve the situation. And yes, we have been going out into the world. I've been to Dubai and Jamaica and Mexico and Washington and Los Angeles and so forth. We have been doing more traveling recently than we have done in the past. But I think we should continue that form of awareness to make people aware that, you know, this unique situation exists in the world and it exists right here, 30 minutes off the coast of the United States of America. So more awareness needs to be done. I think more communication also needs to be done on our part between us and our licensees. I mean, one of the things I think that we have, I wouldn't say failed at, but because we are only so many persons in the management team, we're going in there trying to create and stimulate this economy. But you still need to deal directly with those who exist here in Freeport and communicate to them, tell them what you're doing, because they expect things to happen right away. But these deals normally take anywhere between 1.5 years to 2 years to come to fruition. But at least to inform the people and let them know what we are doing, we need to do a better job. Well, I can tell you this, most of these places that we go to and speak to various companies, they don't know where Freeport is. So it's a very enlightening experience for them to know that a place like this exists, and a place where private enterprise are able to make decisions quickly about them getting involved in businesses and permitting, etc. The Port Authority is a one-stop shop, and for them to hear that, it's very unique. Because most places where they go to do business, they take years to get certain building permits, business licenses, goes from one department to the next. But here it's very, very streamlined, very efficient. Well, I think Freeporters should feel that effect right now. In fact, I just this morning I asked my team what was the occupancy for the new hotel called Memories, which is run by a group called Sunwing. And the occupancy is 100%. So a lot of traffic is now flowing into Port Lucaya area and other areas of Freeport.
Festival Rum Bahamas being staged at Fort Charlotte, which is the largest fort in Nassau, Bahamas, for the first time, and our cameras were rolling for the debut event.
The first installment of Rum Festival Bahamas was a hit for those attending. We found guests to the country, residents including the Chinese ambassador, Bahamians and vendors who thought the concept and venue were perfect. We got comments on the opening night.
Well, I'm excited to be here. I was wondering why it took so long for the Bahamas to have one, and I just flew in today. I actually got here tonight, came right here because I didn't want to miss any of the fun.
And comments on day 2.
这里边所有的游客啊，还有这个店主，包括这个 pirate 这个海盗都很友好。
I see the tourists, the shop owners, and also the parrot over there. It's very friendly.
It's the best day of my life. I'm not gonna lie.
Very impressive. We've had such a great time.
Thank you very much.
The 3-day rum, food, and culture extravaganza was held at Fort Charlotte and organized by Events by Alexandra.
The world we are today was shaped by our history, and a big part of that history is rum and its production and the production of sugarcane. But I've fallen back in love with my country doing this. We have so many great talents. We have so many great micro businesses that are here doing the homemade mom and pop stuff.
There were vendors with unique food creations, artisans, live band music, circus art performances, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, pirates and barmaids, and yes, rum from around the world.
And as you can see, people really enjoyed themselves here at Rum Festival Bahamas, which is being held at Fort Charlotte in Nassau. And a lot of rums from around the Caribbean region, from around the world, were featured, including Bambara out of the beautiful by nature Turks and Caicos Islands. And you know, I love that. I'm DeAndre Hamilton reporting from Nassau, Bahamas for One Caribbean News.
Resort accommodation for Turquoise Morning provided by Taino Beach Resort and Club. Taino Beach, always within reach.
Hello, I'm DeAndre Hamilton here to let you know that you should be watching Tropic TV on channel 689. Get the latest news out of Haiti. What's happening in the Turks and Caicos? Big stories out of Jamaica. And Turquoise Morning hosted by me featuring the Turks and Caicos Islands. Tropic TV over on channel 689 Cable Bahamas. You should be watching.
Turks and Caicos First is #1. First for auto insurance, first for home insurance, first for commercial insurance. The first indigenous insurance company in the Turks and Caicos since 1993. Covers all islands. Claims decisions made locally. The #1 choice when you want faster claims decisions, better representation, more leveraging your protection, and a trusted family of professionals. More than 50 years combined insurance experience. Only the #1 will do. Turks and Caicos First. 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 Turks and Caicos First is your #1.
Turquoise Morning is where we celebrate the people, the places, and the plants of the Caribbean region. In Freeport, Grand Bahama, where we were talking to President of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Mr. Ian Roll. The Grand Bahama Port Authority has come on board as an important sponsor. Why? Well, because it is important for us to tell all of the Caribbean, all of the parts of the United States where our television show reaches, including France, about what is so special, so intrinsically unique about this island. And we have a little more from Mr. Roll, who had so much nuggets of information that we just had to keep on chomping.
Yeah, we are working on a number of different projects and trying to really start new industries, and one industry in particular is the call center industry. It didn't exist here in Freeport until we, the Port Authority, bought a group in to start it, and they opened their doors with about 70 persons. And by the end of this year, they will hire an additional 200 to 300 persons. Grand Bahama started off as an industrial type of city. It was birthed on the fact that we had to create this deep water harbor. But at the same time, we have very unique features on this island to facilitate the tourism product. And I think it's the two actually can marry, and we have made it work. And we're working on bettering both products, both the tourist product and industrial product. The magic is coming back.
Turquoise Morning is brought to you courtesy of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, promoting, encouraging, and establishing Freeport Grand Bahama.
Remember now, when we got to Freeport, Grand Bahama, it was because of the fantastic flying of the captain at Western Air. We want to say thank you to the crew, treating us just terrifically. And then they tell me they've got this special where every time you buy a ticket, you are getting closer and closer and closer to actually getting one free. And I like the fact that I can book with Western Air and then change my mind and then not have to pay a penalty for it. It is fantastic. And of course, if I had children, yeah, I said that. If I had children up to 17 years old, I wouldn't have to pay adult prices. I could still pay children's prices. So yes, I did a shameless plug for Western Air because they deserve it. And thank you so much to Mr. Moore over there at M&K Car Rental, helping us to make our ground transportation on island also fantastic. We hope that you've enjoyed this episode of Turquoise Morning, where we celebrate the people, places, and plans of the Caribbean region. I'm DeAndre Hamilton, reminding you, get on out there, live your life to the full, live your life in color.
To God be the glory.